Hi, my name is Rachel. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, as you can tell by the title, because you're all smart here, is a 5-star predictions video. I have 6 books here to talk about. I believe it's also evenly split between authors I have not read from and authors I have read from, so that's exciting. These are also in no particular order. I'm just going to take them off the stack. So without further ado, let's start chatting. The first book I have on my stack is Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wong. I read The Sword of Kaigen by M.L. Wong last year, a couple of months ago. I think it was later last year, so it wasn't too far from now. And I really loved it. I loved it so much. There were so many tears that came out of my body, but there was one aspect of that book that prevented me from giving it a full 5 stars. I wanted to give it a 5 stars so badly. I think it was 5-star quality, but like one thing just didn't sit well with me. So for me, it wasn't a 5-star. However, I've had some people who had a little bit of a similar feeling tell me that this one was better. And so for that reason, it's on this list. I also haven't hauled this book yet, but after this video goes live, there will be a book haul posted. So you're getting a sneak peek about what's in my book haul. I don't even know what this is about. So as per usual on my channel, we're going to read the synopsis together because I can't remember anything about these books until I read them. For 20 years, Sayona has devoted every waking moment to the study of magic, fueled by a mad desire to achieve the impossible, to be the first woman ever admitted to the high magistracy at the University of Magics and Industry. When Sayona finally passes the qualifying exam and becomes a high mage, she finds her challenges have just begun. Her new colleagues are determined to make her feel unwelcome, and instead of a qualified lab assistant, they give her a janitor. What neither Sayona nor her peers realize is that her taciturn assistant was not always a janitor. 10 years ago, he was a nomadic hunter who lost his family on their perilous journey from the wild plains to the city. But now he sees the opportunity to understand the forces that decimated his tribe, drove him from his homeland, and keep the privileged in power. At first, mage and outsider have a fractious relationship, but working together, they uncover an ancient secret that could change the course of magic forever if it doesn't get them killed first. Ooh, okay, so I've heard that this book is really infuriating, like female rage, just infuriating to read because of how these main characters get treated. So I do know that before I read it, I need to go in with that mindset, like this book is probably going to piss me off. So don't read it if I'm like not in the best of moods, I would say. It's also a lot smaller than I thought it would be. Is that part of it? It's 428 pages, which is definitely a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be because the hardcover is so big. I have the paperback though, obviously. And this is a traditionally published novel, whereas The Sword of Kaigen was self-published, which is an incredible feat. That book was amazing for the fact that it didn't have as many eyes on it as a traditional published book would normally have in the editing publishing process. So I'm really excited to see how M.L. Wong's writing skill has grown and dive into this one. The next book from the stack is Mary by Nat Cassidy. I've always heard good things about this book, but the reason it has moved up to a 5-star prediction is because I just finished When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy like 2 days ago. And I read like the first 2 chapters one day. The next day I read 2 more chapters. The next day I read 2 more chapters. And then the next day I read literally 80% of the book in one day. I could not put it down. It was amazing. So many things happened. It was a little scary, a little nostalgic, a little campy, a little fun, a little depressing. It was sad. It had some strong themes of like what makes a monster. Had a lot of themes of fatherhood. It was so good. It was so good. So now Mary, I have obviously wanted to read it because I bought it. I bought it at the same time that I bought When the Wolf Comes Home, and I've heard amazing things about it. But now I'm even more excited to read it because I'm like so impressed with what Nat Cassidy did in When the Wolf Comes Home. Mary is about Mary, who is a quiet, middle-aged woman doing her best to blend into the background, unremarkable, invisible, unknown, even to herself. But lately, things have been changing inside Mary. Along with the hot flashes and body aches, she can't look in a mirror without passing out, and the voices in her head have been urging her to do unspeakable things. Girl. Fired from her job in New York, she moves back to her hometown, hoping to reconnect with her past and inner self. Instead, visions of terrifying, mutilated specters overwhelm her with increasing regularity. and she begins auto-writing strange thoughts and phrases. Mary discovers that these experiences are echoes of an infamous serial killer. Then the killings begin again. Mary is definitely going to find herself. This sounds so good. Okay, I will say the main character in When the Wolf Comes Home was a woman, and obviously Nat Cassidy is a man. I really think that he wrote female experiences into that novel in a very effortless manner. And being older, how old am I? Like, I'm gonna be 36 this year. I'm really excited to see an older woman be the main character of this like horror novel. So she has hot flashes, girl same, body aches, girl same. And I just remember hearing, I think it was Riley from Riley Marie, talk about how it was very much a character study of Mary as the main like focus, but so much happened around that, obviously, like with the plot and stuff. So I can't wait to see this middle-aged woman experiencing these middle-aged, women experiencing not only what sounds like early menopause, but this horrible, horrifying haunting of some sort. And getting herself wrapped up in this like some kind of serial killer. I hear feet, babe. The dog is over here. Okay. Well, I didn't want him to poop or something in here. I forget what I forgot. I lost my train of thought. You gonna bring him in for a cameo since he interrupted me? He's looking at the light like, what the fuck is that? I have a special guest joining us because he wanted to interrupt everything. Yes, thank you for visiting. Now can you also go away?
Yeah, that's harsh.
I love you too. I love you too, Pooper. Ah! Okay, take him. Take it away, Ern.
Woof, woof, woof.
Okay, careful. His name tag has my phone number on it. I have to blur that out. But I think his was showing his name side. Goodbye. Bye now. Goodbye. I sound like Dorothy. Anyways, like I was saying, I'm excited to see Mary in her story and learn about her and see all of the shit that is bound to happen in this novel. And after seeing the fucked up shit Nat Cassidy did in When the Wolf Comes Home, I'm sure this will be no different. The next book I think I am going to rate 5 stars is The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. I have not read a single Joe Abercrombie book, and I don't really know much about his books. But regardless, I just have this feeling that I'm going to love this and give this 5 stars. And the reason for that is because it's described as or labeled as grimdark. And I feel like a lot of my gripes with YA and some adult fantasy that I love but don't obsess over is that it didn't get dark enough for me. So I'm really hoping this will get dark enough to appease the more ruthless nature that I can sometimes have. Also, I wish I had the confidence of a white man to put my face very giant inside the flap of my book. First thing that you see is Joe Abercrombie's face. This book better be amazing. It says, Logan Ninefingers' infamous barbarian has finally run out of luck. Caught in one feud too many, he's on the verge of becoming a dead barbarian, leaving nothing behind him but bad songs, dead friends, and a lot of happy enemies. Nobleman, dashing officer, and paragon of selfishness, Captain Jazal Dan Luther, has nothing more dangerous in mind than fleecing his friends at cards and dreaming of glory in the fencing circle. But war is brewing, and on the battlefield of the frozen north, they fight by altogether bloodier rules. Inquisitor Glocta, crippled turned torturer, would like nothing better than to see Jazal come home in a box. But then Glocta hates everyone. Cutting treason out of the Union, one confession at a time, leaves little room for friendship. His latest trail of corpses may lead him right to the rotten heart of government, if he can stay alive long enough to follow it. Enter the wizard, Baez, a bald old man with a terrible temper and a pathetic assistant. He could be the first of the Magi, he could be a spectacular fraud, but whatever he is, he's about to make the lives of Logan, Jazal, and Glocta a whole lot more difficult. Murderous conspiracies rise to the surface, old scores are ready to be settled, and the line between hero and villain is sharp enough to draw blood. Draw the cat eye sharp enough to kill a man. Okay, this sounds so good. I obviously know that it's not going to be like a D&D heavy, like that's not the purpose of this book, but like there's a barbarian, there's a wizard, there was mention of like songs, bard songs. So like that sounds good. And knowing that it's grimdark, I really, really, really hope that it gets so dark for me, and I'm excited to read it. And again, I've heard nothing but good things about this book, so if you've read it and you think I will like it, please let me know down in the comments. This is one that I'm like a little bit scared to read, and not because it's grimdark. I'm scared to read it because like if I don't like it, are people gonna come for me? Like I feel like this has a really cult following. I feel like Joe Abercrombie has a horde of fans that will attack me if I don't love this. But I think I'm going to, which is why it's on this list. So pray for me. On a completely different note, the next book I have on my 5-star predictions list is How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying by Django Wexler. This book I think is going to be like really fun and entertaining and funny. I don't think it's lit RPG, but I think it kind of has that Groundhog Day trope. So let's read it because I can't remember. Davy has done this all before. She's tried to be the hero and take down the all-powerful Dark Lord. 100 times she's rallied humanity and made the final charge. But the time loop always gets her in the end. Sometimes she's killed quickly, sometimes it takes a while. But she's been defeated every time. This time, she's done being the hero and done being stuck in this endless time loop. If the Dark Lord always wins, then maybe that's who she needs to be. It's Davy's turn to play on the winning side. This sounds so good. It's blurbed by Matt Dinniman and Shauna McGuire, which are two authors I love. I've heard literally nothing but amazing things about this. I also think it's part of a series, right? Oh yeah, it says Dark Lord Davy 1 on the side, which is such a cute little, it's like a little helmet or something. So cute. I believe that this book also is like a little comedic. I think it doesn't take itself too seriously. It's this fantasy-esque groundhog loop situation. I think there's going to be a lot of humor in here. It kind of seems like it might have similar vibes to Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Eames, which I also really loved. And so I think this will be a great one when I need like a palate cleanser after reading thicker, denser, more intense fantasy books. So excited to get to this one. And this was also a gift to me for my birthday this year by my lovely friend Molly, who used to make booktube videos, but she doesn't anymore. And that's really sad because I love her. But I'll put her Instagram down below, so make sure you check her out. And thank you for this gift. I can't wait to read it. The next book on my 5-star predictions list is Isles of the Emberdark by Brandon Sanderson. I'm obsessed with this cover. Like, it's so simple, but like, oh, I just love that his secret projects have no slipcase. It's just printed directly on the hardback, and it's so gorgeous. Even the back cover is gorgeous, and even the end papers are gorgeous. I love the quality that Brandon Sanderson puts into his books, inside and out. This is also part of the Cosmere, I believe. I don't think it's like directly related to any of the major series, but it is technically part of the Cosmere. I could be wrong because I haven't read it yet. There's also no synopsis on here, so I'm gonna read it off my phone. All his life, Six of the Dusk has been a traditional trapper of Aviar, the supernatural birds his people bond with, on the deadly island of Paji? Then one fateful night, he propels his people into a race to modernize before they can be conquered by the ones above, invaders from the stars who want to exploit the Aviar. But it's a race they're losing, and Dusk fears his people will lose themselves in the effort. When a chance comes to sail into the expanse of the Emberdark beyond a mystical portal, Dusk sets off to find his people's salvation. With only a canoe, his birds, and all the grit and canineness of a Paji trapper? Elsewhere in the Emberdark is a young dragon chained in human form, Starling of the Starship Dynamic. She and her ragtag crew of exiles are deep in debt and on the brink of losing their freedom. So when she finds an ancient map to a hidden portal between the Emberdark and the physical realm, she seizes the chance at a lucrative discovery. These unlikely allies might just be the solution to each other's crisis. In their search for independence, Dusk and Starling face perilous bargains, poisonous politics, and the destructive echo of a dead god. Ooh. Okay, I remember reading the novella Sixth of the Dusk. I don't remember anything that happened in it, so maybe I'll need to refresh my memory and read that first, because I do think that is kind of like a prequel, and then this expands on that. And I'm so excited that there's dragons in here. I have been dying for Brandon Sanderson to give me dragons for so long. So for a dragon to be a character, I'm so excited. This would be perfect for Draconithon. And, ooh, whoa, I just noticed. Oh my God, stop. Okay, so the papers are, sprayed, but I was flipping through and I just noticed some of the papers are actually black. That's so fun. I love when authors do stuff like that. As a matter of fact, my son's been reading this series called Dungeon Runners. Well, I've been reading it to him. And whenever they go into a dark area of the world, like a cave or they get locked in a closet, um, the pages turn black. And I think that's so fun because it's very atmospheric. So I wonder if the Ember Dark is like literally super dark and that's why the pages are black. That would be really fun. Super excited for this one. I love almost all of the books I've read from Brandon Sanderson. I think there's like 2 out of the 25 I've read. I don't even know how many it's been. 25? Has it really been that many? Wow, that's a lot. But everything I've read from is either 4 to 5 stars, and then with the exception of the 2 that were like 3 stars for me. But because this one has dragons in it, I have really high hopes that this will be a 5-star from Mr. Brandon Sanderson. I can't wait to read it. I've just been putting it off because I don't have a lot of Brandon Sanderson things left to read. We are getting a Ghostbloods novel, but I don't think that's coming till end of 2027. I don't know. And he is releasing the Hoyd short story book. So that will be awesome to read. But like other than that, like this is it. This is all I got. So I've been putting it off. But because the Hoyd book's coming soon, I feel confident now that I can read this one. And I think I'm going to love it. And last but not least is a book I have talked about many times on my channel and have yet to read. And that is The Raven Scholar by Antonia Hodgson. I think I'm going to love this one. It sounds right up my alley. There is a dragon in this one, but apparently it's not there for very long. But this one just sounds so good. It's dark academia. There's a competition. This person is supposed to, let's just fucking read it because I forget every time. Let us fly now to the Empire of Orin, where after 24 years of peace, the reign of Burson the Brusque has come to an end. In the dizzying heat of midsummer, seven exceptional warriors, thinkers, and strategists compete to replace him. When one of them is murdered, it falls to Nima Kra, the Emperor's brilliant, idiosyncratic high scholar, to find the killer and fight for the throne. Nima believes she is alone, but we are here to help. All she has to do is let us in. If she succeeds, we will win an empire. If she fails, death awaits her, but we won't let that happen. We are the Raven and we are magnificent. So there's a competition. The empire is in trouble because the leader's like dead and they need a replacement. Someone's killing the competitors. This secret society is helping Nima to win the competition, I assume, and solve whoever it is trying to take them out. And this book, it just sounds so good. It sounds so good. And I don't know why I'm so scared to read it. It is thick. It is very big. It's 648 pages. Like the book is enormous. If I hold it this way, like that's half my head. It's huge. It's beautiful. I really love it. It's purple. It's my favorite color. I love ravens. I love crows. I love corvids in general. There's a raven behind you right now. And then there's another one on my wall over there. Like I love birds. So I hope that the raven imagery actually comes into play with the raven like secret society. That would be so fantastic. I just have a lot of expectations about this one. And I think I could either love it or because I'm expecting to love it so much, I will like hate it. I think I'm setting myself up here where I'm either going to give it a 5 stars or it's going to be a big disappointment. I just hope that doesn't happen. So I need to read it soon before the hype eats me alive, you know? So there you have it, folks. Those are 6 books that I think I'm going to love and ultimately give 5 stars. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you so much, as always, for watching. And leave the little starry sparkle emoji down in the comments. And I will see you in the next one. Bye!